On the show today, we head down to the softball diamond to break down the Lady Flames' performance at the NCAA Regionals.
Then Matt takes a leisurely stroll around Liberty's campus with none other than Richie McKay to hear his thoughts on the past and the future.
Don't go anywhere. It's another epic edition of Game On. What is up? Welcome into a brand new Game On. As always, the guy to my left, none other than Rhett McKibben. I'm Matt Warner, and we are about as happy as we can be that you decided to join us today.
Yeah, the college sports season starting to wind down here a little bit. Yeah. But before that happens, a couple Liberty teams trying to make noise in the postseason. We begin with a historic performance from Liberty softball.
Yeah, how about those Lady Flames making the NCAA Regionals for the first time since 2011? They would head to Columbia, South Carolina in hopes of securing their first ever victory at this stage of the season. Now, Liberty facing number 24 Hofstra in their first ball game. Dot Richardson electing to go with the Big South Pitcher of the Year in Julia DiMartino, and boy, did she ever have it working. The junior struck out the side in the second inning and would finish her day with 7 strikeouts in all as she kept what was a potent Hofstra offense in check all day long. Now, we were still scoreless now in the 6th. Runner on for the Flames. Amber Bishop, a roller back to the mound. It gets booted. Looks like a great break for LU until Autumn Bishop wanders a bit too far off second base. She would get caught in the rundown, and the base running blunder ends what was a golden scoring opportunity for the Lady Flames. Jump to the bottom of the 6th now. It's Hofstra's turn to threaten. Bases loaded. 2 outs. Courtney Scarpato rips one, and the fantastic snow cone grab from Taylor Hoffman. Snow cones are delicious. That would keep the game scoreless. We head to the extra innings now, 10th inning to be more specific. Caitlin McFarland deciding it's time to be a hero. Solo shot puts Liberty on top. They would go on to add another one in the frame, and the Lady Flames go on to win their first ever NCAA regional game, taking down Hofstra by the final of 2-0.
Flames would then be forced to take on the host team, South Carolina. With a win, they would advance to the NCAA regional final for the first time in program history. Bottom of the first inning, Jacqueline Amader would steal second and then advance on to third on a throwing error. Later, Sarah Robertson, she would get things going here, smacking one down the right field line. That would give Liberty a 1-0 lead. We head to the third now. Bishop and Amader on base. McFarland would then single to left field, giving the Flames a 2-0 lead. The catcher once again coming through in a big game. Game, though, far from over. It would get a little bit interesting. Top of the 7th, Liberty on top 3-1. Gamecocks trying to stay alive with 2 on. DiMartino, she would catch her with a bat on her shoulder. That was Kristen White. Didn't ever swing. It was the 9th strikeout of the game for DiMartino, and this would send Liberty onto their first regional final.
I knew it was going to be a battle, but that's what all athletes want. You know, they want that battle, and it was really great for our team to be able to close the door, you know, giving up 1 run. You know, in that inning, but to be able to come and close the door down was something that we need to go through, and that's postseason play. It's a growth. It's all a process. You have to be able to experience it. It doesn't help if I share my experiences or somebody else. They have to go through it, and I'm very proud of this team.
And so Liberty would find themselves in the driver's seat. They would face South Carolina again in the regional final, but the Gamecocks need to beat the Flames twice. Unfortunately, South Carolina won the first matchup 2-0 to set up a winner-take-all game. And in the second inning, we have some controversy. Runners on first and second, little fister to Amber Bishop. They rule the runner safe at second. While she's laying there on the ground, the run comes all the way around to score. Here's another look. They said she did not have control of the ball, so the runner was safe.
Rubbish.
Not so sure. Rhett, not so sure either. So there was a run for South Carolina, and, you know, that close call would go against the Lady Flames, and things wouldn't get much better after that. Liberty managed just 4 hits on the game. South Carolina broke it open with 4 in the 6th. The Flames end up falling 5-0, ending their season 1 win short of a super regional.
We just didn't square the ball up like we needed to. We didn't move runners. We didn't score runners. So we just needed to make adjustments that we didn't make. But overall, I'm proud of the girls. I'm proud of my team. I'm proud of the way we fought. And next year is going to be a great year for them.
We haven't been on a stage like this in a while. And to show everyone what God has given us is awesome. And to show His grace is another amazing thing. And we just really wanted to show everyone what we had.
Well, I think it's safe to say they showed everyone what they had. People are going to take notice of this Liberty team. Not only did they win in the NCAA regional level for the first time ever, but they were right there on the doorstep.
100%.
The offense just kind of sputtered out there towards the end. But to take a South Carolina team that had been so good all year, top 10 team, and had hardly lost at home all year long, to take them to the wire like they did, so impressive for that club.
And you might think it was a downer in the sense that, you know, if you had seniors that were, everybody was moving on, you didn't have returning players. That's not the case, though, for Liberty. DiMartino coming back, both the Bishop sisters coming back, so a lot of experience for this, technically a young team moving forward.
They're only going to get better.
Well, moving on over to a larger carat diamond, Flames baseball entering into Big South tourney action. Liberty, the 3rd seed for this event, would face the 6th-seeded Radford Highlanders. With Radford scoring in the top half of the first, Liberty would look to respond in the bottom. Trey Todd would single, and then Tyler Gallazin, he would get a single of his own, moving Todd to 3rd in the process. Eventually, as time moves on, Todd would be able to score on a pass ball to tie up the game at 1. The next 5 innings would be an old-fashioned pitcher's duel between Austin Ross and Zach Clinton, though. The Flames would have some opportunities to come close. DJ Artis would advance to 3rd with 1 out. But old Colby Higgerson, this guy would take matters into his own hands with a couple of just spectacular plays. Flames would eventually strand Artis at 3rd, game still 1-1. Top of the 7th now, Stratton Poderis would lead off with a double to left center field wall. Highlanders would advance him to 3rd with some small ball and then eventually bring him home as Wise would sac fly to center, giving them a 2-1 lead. They would add 2 more runs and eventually take it 4-1, upsetting Liberty.
And so it was winner-go-home time on Wednesday for Liberty, an elimination game against Charleston Southern. The Flames wasted no time getting on the board in this one, thanks to a 2-out RBI single from John Embry in the first, 1-0 Liberty. Embry had a pair of hits in that ball game, by the way. On the mound, the Flames would hand the ball to the big Canadian. Freshman Noah Skiro got the start, and unlike every Canadian hockey team in the postseason, he did not disappoint. Sorry, Red. Skiro would go 6 in the 3rd inning, striking out 8 while allowing just 1 run. Meanwhile, Liberty would tack on a couple of late insurance runs, thanks in part to this line drive off the bat of Ben Heifel that was played into an RBI triple. And the Flames keep their season alive, winning by the final of 4-2.
Well, after back-to-back 21 seasons for Liberty men's basketball, it is fair to say that as this talented junior class rises to be seniors, the expectations rise with them. Matt had a chance to tour around campus with Coach McKay to talk about the ups and downs of last season and what the future could look like for his talented group.
Hey, you look around this campus that we're walking on right now. You've been back here 3 years. It's changed a lot in that amount of time. How exciting is it being here with the growth, the excitement around not just your program, but the school in general?
Yeah, I love it. I can't believe how much this place has changed. The tower, the library is expanded, the music building, it's unreal. And I think it's that commitment to excellence that we feel so privileged to be a part of. I just hope our basketball program can continue to elevate itself in order to mesh into the fabric of what our intention is at this university. It's a special place.
You've had some time to kind of think back, evaluate this past season, let it marinate a little bit.
You're going to bring up the Radford game, aren't you?
We'll get there. Okay. Let me ease into that one. What would you say is the biggest success, though, looking back on the season, and then at the same time, the biggest maybe area that you feel like, we didn't do what I expected?
Yeah, look, all the stuff that's evaluated in terms of our record, our all-conference participants, the way we recruited, all of that is something that you professionals can evaluate.
Sure.
But what most people don't see is the incredible growth that's happened or occurred in our program. We've changed the culture from a standpoint of, I think, where it was a little bit focused on me to now it's we, and I love that. I love the fact that our guys feel like it's a privilege to be a part of our program and a part of this university, and that we aspire to be a part of something bigger than ourselves.
Now, I saw somewhere you guys finished the season ranked 9th in the nation in scoring defense. Now, interestingly enough, 2 of the top 3 teams directly ahead of you, Michigan, Loyola. They went to the Final Four. So that's a good sign. Has it surprised you at all how quickly that has become your program's identity, defense?
I don't know about surprise, just because it's been an intention of ours. Obviously, having a chance to serve under Coach Bennett, who's the best in the nation. As per the course at UVA, we got better and better each year, and I think we improved in that area in our 3rd year as well. Now, our offense needs to get better, and I don't know who the offensive coach is, but I do think we're trending in the right direction, and I like our guys' buy-in and commitment to the defensive end.
All right, so we need to talk about it. Radford game, Big South Championship. Obviously, a kick to the gut to everybody involved. For you, personally, the aftermath of a game like that, how much, as a coach, do you relive it? Do you play it back? Do you analyze, reanalyze? Or can you just turn the page and look forward? Because you guys, your season wasn't done.
Yeah, hang on, man. I'm getting a phone call.
Are you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, I can be right there. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, you're
Matt.
bailing on me. You
Yeah.
didn't want that one.
Yeah, I mean, do you have to bring that up?
Hey, it's part of the
Look,
story.
Carleek Jones made a great shot.
Absolutely.
And I think defensively we did as much as we could have done to give our team a chance to win.
Yeah.
However, it wasn't good enough on that particular night. But no dramatic changes needed. We had a chance, and the fact that we lost it in the last minute, sure, it stings, and we'll always remember that. But the path to get there, now listen, it was no small thing.
Yeah.
We had to beat Campbell, who had drilled us twice. Then we had to win at Asheville for the second time in, I don't know, 2 weeks, which hadn't been done. And then had to go on the road and beat Radford. So if we had earned the bid, we certainly would have deserved it. But I'm proud of our guys for getting there. Although, obviously, I would have liked the outcome or the ending to have been different.
Coach, I feel like I owe you one for all of the post-game interviews I made you sit through throughout the season. So can I get you a drink or something just to kind of balance the sheet a little bit? Will that even it out?
I would love that. No, it wouldn't even it out. But I would love a protein water.
Really? I think they serve just that here. Can you get my man
Isabella,
a protein water?
Yes, thank you.
I had a protein water, definitely.
Thank you.
Would you like anything?
I will. Do you have a smoothie?
Yeah, for sure. I've got some smoothies.
That would be fantastic. I appreciate it.
A smoothie?
Smoothie.
Oh, my
Listen, man,
goodness.
I'm trying to pack on the pounds here. I'm not cutting weight.
Yeah, were you trying to say something?
No, I'm not saying anything at all. I'm not saying anything.
Yeah, this will be our last interview, but go ahead. Do you have any other questions?
Let me get them in before you leave me here. Back-to-back 20-win seasons for you now. The expectation level for this program, people forget how far it has come in a short amount of time. Is there a mindset that has to change with the expectations continually rising?
I think, obviously, you want to keep growing your program, and expectations are a great thing if you embrace them.
Sure.
I think when you cower to them or they become your identity, I think that's when you become afraid and you get the wrong pursuit of the wrong agenda. So I hope our guys aren't focused on the number.
Yeah.
I hope we're just about getting better every day.
I'm telling you, you're missing out on the cheesecake thing. This thing's pretty good
great,
here.
man.
Last thing for you. You have kind of almost a veteran team this year.
Yeah, can you
Well,
believe
is that weird? I mean, you're always young.
Yeah.
And in the past, there have been questions.
Yeah.
Who's this Scotty James guy?
Yeah.
What do we want to do without John Dawson? Will Caleb Holmesley bounce back from injury? I feel like, cross your fingers, ways to go before the season, but you don't have the number of questions you've had in the past.
You know what's funny about that? Because Coach Bennett and Mike Bray, some of the greats, the veterans that have been around and follow closely, they always talk about getting old. And we are finally old. We made some recruiting decisions based on the returners that we had that we thought, it might disrupt our chemistry because we know, because of the history, that these guys have enough playing experience to warrant the minutes that we think they're going to get. So I love that. Our language is the community of conversation and communication in our program is kind of the best that it's been. So hopefully that'll pay its dividends, and we'll be doing another interview next fall.
I'm going to hold you to that.
Spring.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll hold you to that one as well.
Yeah.
Coach, I'm going to let you get back to work. I think I've taken enough of your time. You got your steps in. You can take the whole thing if you want. Appreciate
Matt,
it,
always
Coach.
a pleasure.
Coming up, we pull one out of the vault and bring you the story of soccer legend Bill Bell, who helped put Liberty Soccer on the map.
Then we break out the top 3 Lady Flames athletes of the year in warm, hot, and in fuego. It's all when Game On returns.
Each morning begins around 7. I make breakfast for the kids and get them ready for the day. Mornings can be hectic as I'm running my business from home, and when the kids nap, it's the perfect time to work on my courses. By studying at Liberty University without set login times, I am able to craft my own schedule around what works best for my life. This flexibility allows me to work on my assignments during the day so I can spend time with my husband after he gets home from work. As a parent, I have to balance the week from my daughter's dance class to teaching ballet to church activities. Studying online has allowed me to invest in my education while being a strong example to my children. My name is Kimberly. I'm a mom, a business owner, and a Liberty University student.
Since 1971, Liberty's had one mission: training champions for Christ. Our standard is excellence with integrity, and we want to equip you with the resources you need to achieve your personal and career goals. We, the aviators of Liberty University, are committed to becoming leaders of distinction because we are men and women who want to serve others and change the world for Christ. Join us on campus and you will learn to fly using our fleet of 26 aircraft and practice in FAA-certified simulators. But most importantly, you will gain the knowledge and experience professional recruiters are looking for. At Liberty University, you will graduate as more than just a pilot, technician, or drone operator. You will become a champion for Christ.
Summer camp is your inside pass to learning new skills in world-class facilities, building new friendships, getting trained by the pros, soaring to new heights, stepping into the spotlight together, hitting new notes, joining new teams, and scoring new goals. For more information, visit liberty.edu/summercamps.
How do you ignite a dream? With a spark, a passion. Then you fuel it with sweat, grit, and late nights.
The 19-year-old racing career started on a computer. William Byron wins in Indy. William Byron is the Xfinity Series champion.
The challenge was real. The competition was real. Now the dream is real.
Welcome back to Game On. Well, this summer, the World Cup will have fans from all over the world losing their ever-loving minds over the game of soccer. Former Liberty coach Bill Bell knows well the passion that sport invokes, having been born in Scotland and having played soccer at the highest level in England. He was a star in his native land, but then God got a hold of his life and has since taken him on a journey that has impacted countless individuals and left a legacy of eternal value. To call Bill Bell a soccer legend is no exaggeration. Born in Scotland, Bell would play in the English Soccer League for the likes of Leeds United and Leicester City, among others, while also playing for his national team. Then when his playing career was done, he would coach at the professional level. To put it plainly, soccer was the driving force in his life, or at least it was, until he was fired as the coach at Lincoln City in 1978.
One of the most consistent things in a game is this: coaches get fired. When I, at that time, lost my job, that's when I sat down and I thought, what have I done with my life? I'd almost neglected my family. The game takes over your life, and that's what happened to me until that day I accepted the Lord as my Saviour. And from that point onwards, my life had completely changed. My priorities had changed. It was the Lord, my family, and then the game.
Bell would begin to yield to God's direction, and shortly thereafter, while spending time in the U.S., he would receive a call from a man named Ed Dobson.
He invited us through. He said, I want you to come and see this college, Liberty Baptist College in Lynchburg, Virginia. I said, where's Lynchburg?
He would find out soon enough, eventually accepting the job as just the second soccer coach in Liberty's history. Bell would quickly set out to grow the program and do it the right way.
We went from NCCAA to NAIA to Division II to Division I.
He would not compromise from an integrity standpoint that we're not going to cut corners. We are who we are. We're going to do it the right way every day and do things right. And then that way, at the end of the game, we will have the respect and admiration, we hope, of the opposition so we can share about our God. And so he lived that out daily, but he was a competitive guy.
And the skills that allowed him to play at the highest level were still evident to those who played for him.
Here's Coach Bell, who when he would do demos was better than anybody on the field, And he would, he wouldn't even warm up, and he'd get a ball and he'd drive a ball 60 yards onto a guy's foot, and everybody would just look at each other like, oh, okay, yeah, that's how I'm supposed to do it. But none of us could do that. What people don't understand, especially the younger guys now, whenever coach comes to practice or comes to games, here's a guy who was at the highest level. The stuff that they watch, the EPL that they watch on the weekend, every Saturday morning that they're watching, he coached at that level. He played at that level. And then he gave all that up to come here to coach at Liberty. That, to this day, still blows my mind.
Winning was important, but to Coach Bell, the gospel was always the #1 priority.
I wanted to get a team that would represent the Lord in the right fashion. My judgment for a Christian player at any level is this: when you lose a game, are you as a player prepared to go to the other team and share your faith? Or are you just going to bury your head in your hands because you lost?
Just as a coach looks for opportunities to score on the field, Coach Bell looked for opportunities to share the gospel off it. And in one instance, after Guilford College's team van broke down, Bell had the perfect opportunity.
I walked into the Guilford dressing room and I came in and said, excuse me lads, I said, your coach won't be long, the van will be repaired and we'll send it, but would you just hang on for a minute till I tell you something? If the van breaks down when you're on your way home and you're all in a crash, do you know where you're going if you die? And they all looked at each other. And then I started to talk about what the Lord offers them. After I'd finished, I said, now, did anybody here accept Christ? And the whole Guilford team put their hands up. And this wee guy behind me that was collecting all their gear, their manager, the team manager, shouted, praise the Lord, he shouted. And I turned and I said, are you a Christian, son? A Christian? He said, I've been praying for these guys for 2 years.
The wins off the field were accompanied by wins on it. In 21 years at Liberty, the Flames posted 12 winning seasons. Bell was doing what he set out to do. But then one day, a trip to the mailbox would change everything.
Mary went down to pick up the mail. And she came back with 2 letters from England. And it was from 2 inmates, one from the north of England, one was from the south, Christians. They had read in a magazine in England that I had left the professional game and gone to Liberty. I opened the letters in front of Mary. We sat there and opened them. And they were appealing to me to say, will you and Mary consider coming across to Feltham Prison in London?
Feltham Prison was the largest young offenders prison in Europe. And with one visit, Bill Bell and his wife Mary knew that God was calling them to leave Liberty and focus on ministering in the prisons.
I knew in his heart of hearts, he loved soccer, he loved Liberty, but more importantly, he loved God, and he felt God pulling him full-time to this prison ministry.
The Bells would launch Within the Walls Prison Ministry, using his platform as a former pro soccer player to grab the attention of many young men whom society had forgotten and were desperately looking for hope.
Thank you for sending Jesus to die on the cross for me.
By surrendering to God's call, Bill Bell has lived a life of impact, influencing those around him by way of the gospel and the game of soccer, and also creating a legacy that will carry on for generations.
I think all of us are living out what Coach Bell taught us through the process. And so, you can't really quantify the impact and influence that he's had, but you can see it throughout the country, throughout the world.
Just great getting to know Coach Bell a little bit. By the way, that story nominated for a regional Emmy as well. So thanks in large part to Coach Bell and that great accent, I think, is really what put it over the top.
Stellar.
Stellar. All right, speaking of accents, you can go full Canadian here if you want, Rhett. Warm, Hot, and Fuego. We're going last 2 weeks of Warm, Hot, and Fuego. This week, top female athletes of the year. Next week, top male athletes.
Correct.
Let's begin with the ladies and begin with Warm. Who you got?
Warm here, Aggie Maroney from field hockey. Seems like ages ago, really. You know, like beginning of the year. It was nice and cool then, now it's getting hot. But anyways, 19 goals in just your second year with the Flames, so that's outstanding. She was an All-American. She got voted as an All-American and just an elite goal scorer, but also that she's elite at passing the ball, like off those carryings right here. Look at this. So that's the one she scores. I was wrong.
Yeah,
but anyways, if you keep watching the screen, which you will be doing, just an amazing ability to put the ball in certain areas for a teammate. So she is such a threat to score. Everybody guards her, right? It's like they double team her, and she is excellent at finding the open lady to score as well. So she just had a remarkable season. It's going to be so much fun to watch her for the next 2 years here at Liberty. And I keep telling people, she's an elite talent. And so come out and give her a watch before she moves on eventually, and I'm sure she'll play for her homeland in international play at some point in time.
From warm now, we go to hot.
Julia DiMartino, we've been talking about her on the show.
What a year.
Yeah, what a year. Big South Pitcher of the Year, ECAC Pitcher of the Year, that just announced this week. Just lights out this season. I think a lot of credit you have to give to the coaching staff as well. Coach Cassidy and also McFarland. She's catching the balls back there. It's a team effort, but she's the one placing those pitches, and she's the one coming in focused, dialed in, and consistent every day. And she threw some heat.
Clutch in the postseason, too.
Yeah, and then just the arm. Like, it must be a rubber band. 29 wins, but 26 complete games as well. She was going out there every day. It seemed 230 Ks, top 25 in the nation in strikeouts. So just a remarkable season by her. So much fun to watch, and so happy, like we were mentioning earlier, she has another year here at Liberty, so it's going to be great to focus in on her.
Finally, great candidates so far, but in Fuego, the top female athlete of the year, in Rhett's opinion, is
Evangeline Christ. And for multiple reasons, just what she did on the court, 92 singles wins, a record, 94 doubles wins, a record. But I think if you just look at Evangeline and what she represents as a Liberty student athlete is exactly what you want. I think Coach Marin did a fantastic job when he was recruiting, noticing this is a leader I want. She has all the values that you'd want in a Lady Flame athlete, and she's just had a remarkable career at Liberty on and off the court.
Certainly. We'll hit up the men next week. Looking forward to that. But when we return, we bring you an up-to-date look at the progress of Williams Stadium. Stay with us. Game On coming right back.
Well, hey there, friends. Welcome back to Game On. We're glad that you're here. You know, Matt, never too early to start talking about football.
I always say that.
Yeah, and that's where we're going to wrap up the show today, if it's okay with you.
I'm fine with that. Go ahead.
We're going to give the loyal fans at home just a quick look at Williams Stadium, you know, the progress that's been made so far. Let's start off my favorite feature, that beautiful berm on the south end. It's just, you know, it looks so nice.
You are a berm guy.
It has the logo there. It looks like a beautiful place to have a picnic. Then we take a look at the second deck coming along nicely. This beauty on pace to be ready for the home opener on September 1st. I can't wait as well. And it looks so stellar, and we're going to be broadcasting from there. It is going to be a fun season.
Absolutely. Old Dominion coming to town that day, so it should be a lot of fun. Looking forward to that. A lot of more updates in the future. But listen, we're about out of time. As always, hit us up on social media at GameOnLU.
And our website as well, GameOnLU.com.
He's Rhett. I'm Matt. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you right back here next week.